One of my Patreon supporters asked me what seemed like a simple question. What is the future of distribution, he asked. I figured this would be easy to handle, right? Been involved with managed services for a long time, and I've used distribution, worked with them too. It's an easy question, right? And when I sat down to write an editorial, I stared at that blank page for a while. I kept revisiting this question and realized I didn't have a good answer. No fully formed thought. So I started asking more questions myself, and I interviewed 5 experts within the distribution field.
Frank Vitagliano. I'm the CEO of GDTC, which is the Global Technology Distributor Council.
My name is Jason Bystrak. I'm the Senior Vice President of the Modern Solutions Business Unit at D&H Distributing.
Paul Hager, Vice President of Services, Ingram Micro.
My name is Ryan Walsh, and I'm the Chief Strategy Officer and co-founder of Pax8.
My name is Sergrio Farache, and my title is Chief Strategy Officer at TD Synnex.
So the obvious first place to start with this is understanding the role of distribution now, and the answers are fascinating. Help me understand what you think the core value of distribution is right now as we're talking in 2023.
Today, the core value is very similar to what the core value has been for the last 30 years, right? And that's helping vendors get products and services into the market through, solution providers.
Then I would say that services is now a significant component of that because it's a significant gap of skill in the market. And one element that is necessary for our community or ecosystem to move forward is to get access to that skill in a fast way until you learn and be able to deliver for yourself.
We extend their business in new ways, whether that be financial services, cloud services, professional services.
I think distribution's become much more consultative is where it's headed, and we have to be able to fill those gaps and understand the end-to-end process with the life cycle of the support and services.
We're not a distributor anymore. I want to talk about the other ways in which we're adding value, and it's shifting and it's changing. It wasn't ship hardware and finance it. Now it's, how do you help me find opportunity in my customer base by utilizing data? Find product gaps, opportunities, the conversations I can have with my customer. Help me kind of see where I should start.
How much has that changed? Because it feels like services and services offering is from distribution is an increasingly important component of that. How do you think that mix has changed over time?
We operate on low margin, volume type of business. The partners stand to make a lot more. So to me, real success is when we work with MSPs and channel partners to help them really build out the whole solution, go win that deal, and really optimize their own profitability in the process.
Do you really want to be a service delivery engine? Do you want to build a services factory? Or do you just want to have those relationships and turn to a partner that already has size, scale, and capability to go leverage that?
And clients, they don't want separate invoices for every different subscription. They want a common experience that's aggregated with invoicing, aggregated with support, right? Where you make one phone call and can answer questions and support for everything in your solution stack with that.
We design services to help our partners to provide that second layer of capacity when they don't have it, and at the same time to enable in that process, because our main goal is not to do services to end users, is to enable our partners to maximize the results in the delivery of service.
Yeah, I want to dispel this notion that distribution is just a bank or just for pick, packing, and shipping product. Like that might have been where distribution used to be.
So it really gets your mindset that the way you can distinguish yourself is by really understanding your customer and advising around their business. That's what they can relate to. And I believe that. I believe that in my core. That's a good way to add value.
I've yet to meet an MSP that says my value is the rate at which I can transact $1 to somebody on an interest rate. Never. Value is, right? My value is solutions I give to you, the problems I solve for your business. That's value.
I think that the biggest misconception is that one of the things is enough when you can take advantage of many of them. And that will simply use best practices, because if you use all these capabilities, is what others has been doing successfully.
And it was inevitable. Ecosystems and marketplaces were the message they focused on more. As you think about all this, how do marketplaces fit into your thinking? How much of this is enabled by that, changed by that, even held back by that? How do marketplaces fit into your thinking?
The plumbing to deliver a service now is not, I'm going to get a box, ship a box, and then go to your site and set up your network. Now it's an instant provision. It's being enabled by a marketplace like ours, right? And so you can put multiple things together quickly, and you can add and take away things.
This ability to put multi-vendor, multi-player, and combine those ecosystems to deliver the solution that is required.
Customers are revealing that they want self-service.
What type of products are successful in the profile that you have, in the type of customers that you have?
The customer buying journey, I know that it's been talked about over time, but it really, really has changed.
I think that the future is how the digital delivery, we enable that digital delivery to the partner, to the end user, because the majority of our MSPs, the majority of our partners don't have the capacity to invest in all the digital needs for consumption, subscription, lifecycle management, and all those activities.
We feel like we're the marketplace of marketplaces.
We're investing in different platforms to be able to help partners integrate into their business to operationally support it.
We have a digital twin where you can meet up and gain access to all the things that will help remove friction from your business and grow your business.
So we are not attached to one ecosystem. We are the ecosystem of ecosystems.
The demand for us to continue to be the ecosystem partner that pulls all these ecosystems and challenges together and deliver it in one platform for them.
Which, of course, leads us to their thinking on the future. So where do you see this going from your perspective? You're spending a lot, it's in your title, right? You're thinking a lot about the strategy and engagement. If you were asked to project out where you think the future of distribution is, where do you think it's going?
The future is the past.
Partners are asking us to do is build towards this services and solutions direction.
One of the things that distribution does is we make investments for the channel where maybe some of the downstream partners don't have the opportunity or the capital to do.
The future of distribution is really pulling together the key stakeholders in that, in the ecosystem, like that in a way that's never been done before.
I think that the future is how the digital delivery, we enable that digital delivery to the partner, to the end user, because the majority of our MSPs, the majority of our partners don't have the capacity to invest in all the digital needs for consumption, subscription, lifecycle management, and all those activities. And it's our responsibility to provide those digital tools for them to reach to the end users, or in the case of an ISV, to enable partners and enable those end users in a multi-tier model.
The future is every distributor is going to have a platform and a marketplace that they do business with. It's going to be connected to the vendor community, going to be connected to their customers, it's going to be seamless, and it's going to work. But most importantly, the piece that people are underestimating, I think, is their ability to utilize all this data that's been out there for years and years that's never effectively been utilized. I think they're now going to have the ability to do that. And they're going to be able to do that in a way that helps their customers in a bunch of different areas, but most importantly, helps them drive business.
So do I have an answer to the question posed? What is the future of distribution? I do. Distribution is your most valuable partner, more so than any single vendor. They're your extension of the business, filling in any gaps you might have. You'll likely have two of them to ensure you have coverage and competition for your business. Distributors are more than just logistics partners and are integral in orchestrating that complex ecosystem space. As my belief is that the service provider will continue to move up the stack, moving further into business and productivity layers, then distribution is the rising waters that fill in the rest of your offering. The future is them embracing being a solution provider themselves, yet their customer will be the MSPs and IT services companies, not an end user. They'll solve the problem of last mile sales and customer management via partners, via you, which is how ultimately large vendors use the channel to get to end customers anyway. The concept of a cloud commerce marketplace suggests a model where MSPs can leverage a platform for sales and customer interactions, allowing them to focus on sales while the marketplace handles other aspects of service delivery. The future of distribution is an interconnected, data-driven, platform-centric ecosystem where distributors play a pivotal role in enabling MSPs and IT services companies to navigate the landscape. The orchestration of that ecosystem by distributors means that MSPs can rely on the platforms to manage various aspects of service delivery and customer engagement, focusing their efforts on sales and customer management. A recurring theme is the evolution of distribution from traditional logistics and product fulfillment to providing comprehensive services, consultancy, and platforms. The shift to cloud and SaaS has significantly altered the landscape, with a focus on continuous engagement, lifecycle management, and support services. And let's not overlook that financial angle. Distributors are increasingly acting as financial facilitators, offering credit, financing, and cash flow management services. Finally, the future will involve their use of data and analytics at scale, providing providers and MSPs with insights they would not be able to achieve on their own. The future is the past, but with better margins for everyone. The Business of Tech is written and produced by me, Dave Sobel, under ethics guidelines posted at businessof.tech. If you like the content, please make sure to hit that like button and follow or subscribe. It's free and easy and the best way to support the show and help us grow. You can also check out our Patreon, where you can join the Business of Tech community at patreon.com/MSP Radio, or buy our Why Do We Care merch at businessof.tech. Finally, if you're interested in advertising on the show, visit mspradio.com/engage. Once again, thanks for listening to me, and I will talk to you again on our next episode of The Business of Tech.
Part of the MSP Radio Network.